Hello. Welcome to Friday PLO night. At last, it's on Friday. We didn't have any intro video because it doesn't work. Hasn't been working for many weeks. And this is Bankroll crowdfunded coaching, which means that we're using crowdfunded Bankroll, and today we have slightly over $200 in our Bankroll. And we're going to play PLO 25 for starters as usual. If we get a downswing and lose a couple of blinds, then we drop to PLO 10. We have 2 tables open so far, so let's see how it goes. Here on table 1, we open decent hand, flop, pretty standard, half a pot c-bet, and he raises, he might raise as a bluff, regular, so on, but nothing we can do when we don't have the reads. And he definitely can have a king, so I'm not worried that he's going to outplay. If he keeps raising those boards, then we make note out of that, and then we just print money out of his re-raise bluff. Because when he re-raises, he's risking more money than we risk on when we c-bet compared to the pot. So this is finish break, even regular. Here kind of nasty, but I'm just going to call here and let's see what the turn is. Now when the diamond comes, we most likely don't have the best hand. This Ryan has a flush draw quite often here. Liverpool doesn't have a flush, so if he bets, I'm going to call. And when they both check, it would be really thin value to bet with 9 high straight. So I'm just going to check back. And he had the same straight, wow. And he had a set. All right. Waiting for new tables to open. A lot of tables open at this time, but a lot of bad tables too. A new place to stream. Yeah, the physical place. Yeah, it's a different room. Normally it has been a different room, now it's this one. I don't have my office anymore that I used to have where I did all the coachings. So now I'm going to do those from my home, and yeah, a lot of regulars here today. Well, we have to battle with them. Ryan is a regular, not sure how good he is. Not that great. Well, I'm probably going to do this. I'm going to start a new table and hope that all the regulars are on the waiting list for other tables. Now this table 2 will be players per flop is 25, so it's probably not going to be that great. I'm going to call here. It's only a min open. Queen jack 9, 5 double suited. A lot of going on with our hand. And now I'm going to just close this one. We didn't get any action for there. On table 2 we have the flush draw with some possible redraws. Definitely check back here, see if we can hit the clubs. At table 1 we don't have anything, we have 2 fishes against us, so let's hope for a good turn, and 10 of diamonds is pretty nice. And on table 2 we have the second pair and the flush draw. So it's definitely a c-bet spot. And here on table 1, neither one of them bet, so I'm going to semi-bluff this turn. We can easily have jack 9, or even queen 10 would be value bet here. And when they both check, they shouldn't have a straight, so we have a lot of folding equity. And if they call, then we have a lot of equity with our wrap, and we hit the nuts on the river, which is always nice. And let's hope that this Finnish player does something crazy. I'm going to bet 425, so he might be suspicious. Why not 445? He's a Finnish, he knows the numbers. Someone asked on the chat, so I'm going to reply. Is it mom? Oh, we got a call. That's nice. Let's see what he had. And he had king queen. So we got the call from 2 pairs. Now we have 7 tables open. I'm here. 1 trout calls are flop c-bet, so I'm going to check back. And I don't think we can get value. The only hand we can get value from is pocket jacks. I'm not sure if pocket tens call the river bet anymore. Table 4 we have the nuts. Table 3 we can 3-bet from German short stacker. Definitely hand decent enough to call, and let's see, we have up top 2, so we are going to raise him here. If we have the aces, then so be it. And he has ace-3. I was about to say that he has only 2 outs. But yeah, he makes 20% on the flop and he makes it. So at least we don't run like God today. And table 2 we get nice big pot with pocket kings, and we flop semi-decent stuff. Overpair, top pair, and open ender. Let's see if we can see the turn, and turn is queen. Pretty thin, but I'm going to semi-bluff here, and with pocket kings we often have the best hand or hand enough to value bet. And here we have double gut shot and the flush draw. Yeah, it's enough to bet. And on table 2 everyone folds probably. And we get a call, and we hit the second nuts here on table 4. I'm going to bet, and if he shoves I'm going to call. Even against the nuts we have a couple of outs to split pot, 20% to flush, and he might just shove hand like set when he doesn't know what to do. And we have the Twitch chat open also. Just use that one if you, for some reason you are not a member of Poker Mania. Let's see what kind of tables we have. A couple of them are pretty bad. Well, they are bad, but there are some nice players on the table, so I'm going to keep all the 7 tables open for a while. let's see how it goes. And as usual, when you comment about the hands, and please do give your opinions. On the outside table, I'm going to show it here. Finnish guy opens pre-flop, we call, and we flop overpair, flush draw, and open ender. So definitely we are not going anywhere in the hand. And here we get a 3-bet. Once we call, these guy calls too, and it's pretty close when we don't have the flush draw. But this guy, oh, he hasn't 3-bet aces ever. Wow. All the hands he hasn't 3-bet aces. Which is really strange. I'm going to fold. Kind of tempted to raise, but if I had any better, like one suit, I would probably just 4-bet him. Because it's so strange. Like here we can see what hand he has 3-bet with, and we have 5. We have 13 hands that has gone to showdown out of his 3-bet. Out of the 21 hands he has 3-bet, and none of those have been aces. So he might be a player that just doesn't 3-bet aces, which is actually a decent strategy at micros. What did he have? Did he have aces this time? Oh, he had. So it's nice that we didn't 4-bet there. Here on table 4, I'm going to raise him. Of course, Binetza knows that I might raise as a bluff, but if he has air on that board, 5-5 deuce, and when I check raise him, there's not much he can do. The only thing he might do is to call or raise as a total bluff, but most people just give up when raised. Detrusital, or should I pronounce Detrusital as in English, says that when he's running 30 blinds under EV, it affects his confidence, and yeah, that's actually true. I know the feeling that when you run like shit, it really affects your confidence, and then you kind of, before you even open the client, you think that, oh, how much I'm going to lose today. And even if you start with a really good attitude and you're focused, then when you lose the first big quarter to a 20% equity suck out, then what happens is that you instantly remember all those previous suck outs, and you kind of lose your confidence for the first bit. And here we have aces against assumed fish. Well, it's decent enough aces that I'm just going to 3-bet. I don't think he's going to outplay me on the flop, and now we actually hit open ender. 9 is good for us. We keep betting. Create a lot of folding equity, and on the river now either he has it or not. And he bets $10. Can he have the 9? Why would he just call the turn? I have to check it. And he had just pocket jacks. The thing is that when he bets the river, he doesn't really represent the 9 that well. Because in a 3-bet pot, if he had a 9 on the turn, he would shove, because there are so many draws out there. I don't even like his flop call. At least I don't even like his pre-flop call, so overall, and I don't even like his pre-flop raise, so on this hand I don't really like anything he did. Oh, here we have interesting spot. We play these other tables. This is probably aces, this is probably aces, or then he's tilted, and the problem is that because he might be tilting, when his range is wide, it kind of sucks for me, and I'm going to fold. If they both have aces, then it's slightly profitable to bet. And here Hanafin calls the flop, our turn don't, so probably he has the flush and he's low grade, or he has the set or some kind of piece of that on the board. So when we have the top pair, it's just going to check back. And he had a king high flush, so he was trying to trap us. Hello to Kauris. Mocha from Finland says that he has a question for me. I just need to close some stuff to see that. Oh, it's a bankroll management. Yeah, he played PLO heads up with PLO 200 heads up with 1.4k bankroll and busted it. Well, here, oh, we are 200 pp's deep. We have pretty good aces, so if he has some random aces, we are almost free rolling him. We are ahead of his range. I'm actually going to make a small bet here, 5.5. He shouldn't have pocket jacks and he shouldn't have 3 often. And he is so straightforward that I don't think he's going to raise here as a bluff. And if he is going to, it's going to be quite cheapish, something like $13. Wow. Turn doesn't really change a lot. Either he has a 3 or pocket jacks, or he doesn't. Oh, I have to call. If he bets the river, it kind of sucks, but yeah, he checks. Because when he bets the river, it's so obvious that I have overpair or better. Yeah, how deep were we? We are not that deep. I have only $33. Yeah, pre-flop, maybe, yeah. The problem is that with that ace in the hand, it kind of sucks. But yeah, jacks and flush draw and position, I don't really hate. Probably the call here, it's only 1.25, so it's 5 bb's. So I can live with the call. But on the flop when he calls, this I don't really get. What can he beat? That's really questionable. So Mokler from Finland is asking about bankroll management, and he's going to play PLO 50 heads up. Well, that result, you can tell what is good bankroll for PLO heads up, because you have played heads up a lot more than me. I would say that swings are nasty, so the basic principle applies as with any bankroll. You have the mathematical approach, which means the swings, and then you have the psychological approach, which means which means that how those swings affect you. If you lose half of your bankroll in one night, how does it affect your playing? And mathematical approach that is easy to calculate, but the psychological part is more tricky. You have to evaluate yourself and study yourself. How do you react when you lose a big portion of your bankroll? I'm going to barrel here when the board pairs. And on table 2 we hit the top pair, so definitely continue betting. And 4 is pretty good card for us. Oh, he shouldn't have. I only lose to random 4, but all the draws from the flop miss. So he had a random 4. Wow. Oh dear God. That neat economy on the flop with pocket jacks. Oh, yeah, he had a random 4. It makes sense. So I would say that if I would play PLO 50 heads up, I would definitely have around 100 buy-in bankroll. Here we have middle pair and open ender, so just get the money in and have fun with it. And we make 2 pairs, but he makes the straight, so it kind of sucks. On the outside table, we lose $21 pot, nut flush versus second nut flush. We open 3 flop, he just calls, he calls the flop, he calls the turn, and then on the river he donks half a pot, and of course we have to call. And here, aggressive, I'm going to call. Oh, that is not a good card for us. But he was bluffing, as I thought. He's such an aggressive one. When he pots a turn, he has a lot of bluffs in his range. He's really active, and it's a good card for him to bluff us. And if he actually had a full house, why would he pot the turn? He would probably try to be a little bit more tricky. And here, this guy is really aggressive guy. He has 3-bet a ton. Probably should have paid more attention and not open these type of hands. Probably just going to fold it. Going to only flop problems so often. Now, when we know he's going to 3-bet a ton, let's do a small donk here on table 4. Let's see how it works. Should have a lot of respect, and there's no flush draw possibilities. There are no straight draw possibilities. So, PLO 50 heads up, I would say that $5,000. If you have played PLO heads up 200 with 1.4k, which means only 7 buy-ins, that's like asking for being busted. Because you will have 10-20 buy-in swings all the time. Detrusito has had 25 buy-in swings in one session, and actually the way that Detrusito plays heads up, as far as I know, he's not the craziest one. He plays pretty conservatively. How do you pronounce it? Conservatively. But of course he plays a lot of deep stack, which happens in heads up. Especially if you play with one person, the stacks can go pretty deep, pretty fastly. Here on demo 3, we are sandwiched between two aggressive players. Hanafin is, oh, he left, nice. He's marked yellow. He's normally not that aggressive, but he has those aggressive moments, and he can get pretty aggressive. Here I'm not just going to put, he has SPR 1.5, and we have the flush draw and cut shot and top pair, so I'm just going to bet for full pot to maximize the folding equity, and now when he shoves we are probably behind, but we have equity. We have 22% and we make it. In your face. $22 is enough. Here, do we want to call, or is the hand decent enough? No, it's not. 4-way probably not a good spot, because against these really crazy guys, I would like to have a really strong hands that I play, but 4-way we cannot wait for those strong hands that long, so I'm just going to get out. Let's see, pre-flop he opens, so we call, so we kind of pot control pre-flop and see if we can hit the set and stack him off before we leave. And of course he bets. When we have only $200, which means 8 buy-ins, I don't want to go crazy and push something like 52% pre-flop equity edge and flip 4 stacks to win a few dollars in EV. Here I fold ace king 9-8. Probably someone asked me, oh my god, you folded ace king 9-8 double suited. Yeah, but it's suited to the ace and king and 9 and 8. If this king is king of hearts and 8 of diamonds, then it would be totally different. But here, ace king same suit is not a good thing in PLO. Let's see what kind of tables we have. And we flop top 2. And we flop top 3. The problem is that on the flop, all the straight draws come there except king jack. And if we think that he has king jack and jack 9, actually now when we have king in our hand, he has more of jack 9 than king jacks. And we have 6 out to the full house, and we have few out for the straight. I'm going to check back. And now when he checks, he probably has king jack something. Can we make a really thin value bet against king 10, king 5? Or would he slow play his passive need? Probably not. Oh, he had a set of kings. Should have value betted. In my mind, when I check the turn, I don't have a straight, so he has the nuts on the river. Tried to be tricky. Here I'm going to barrel the turn because he has a lot of flush draws, a lot of jack XXX hands, and I'm going to check call the river in case he has a missed flush draw. And he had a jack 3, 8. If I knew he had that strong of a range, I would have bet the river. We have the button, but against 3 aggressive player, I don't want to semi-bluff some maniac who is going to go crazy with every hand. And if he just wants to flip for stacks, then the position doesn't really matter that much. And with 997 something double suited, we are not going to flop anything really strong unless he hit the set of nines. Which means that often we will have pretty nasty post-flop situations. Of course, if I want to fight aggression with our own aggression, then we can definitely call with that hand and see if we want to semi-bluff, but he seemed kind of totally crazy monkey who just wants to get stacks in, no matter what the hand is. So the position is not that useful, as he's going to put the money in anyway if he hits any piece of the board. Let's open this table here. Pre-flop he opens button calls, I just flat with these crappy aces. Let's go to showdown. Oh, he had a set. I'm going to barrel a turn and I'm going to bet the river if it's not a spade. And it's a blank, it doesn't help us. But he folded turn, which is nice for us. And then once I open double suited tens, we have the calling station here behind us. And when he calls the flop, straight draws overpairs. Problem is that most overpairs beat us. And I don't think he's going to float. 38 and 2 guy, he's not floating, so probably he had a deuce. Now I'm going to find some new tables. These ones are getting pretty bad. Let's try that one. There's only 3 players. Let's try these ones. Urine is neat rep. I think I had a corner for neat reps, yeah. So we just know what kind of players we have. Have it. Oh yeah. Oh. I thought that when he calls the flop, he actually has a flush draw or 2 pairs or set type of hands, but he had a top pair and cut shot with triple tens. Don't mess with triple tens. I'm going to leave behind on table 4. We got 2 fishes on the hand, and with this hand we might flop something strong, but most of the time we don't. No, 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 no. And let's wait for something to happen. Do 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 do. mark these regulars. There's a couple of new regulars that I haven't marked. This EVFF is PPIP 32. He's probably at least a decent customer. Pretty close here for one of the gun, but the only good player besides us on the table is on the button, so going to create a lot of problems. I'm going to close table 3. Not much going on there. I'm going to open a totally new table. There are a lot of tables opening up, so we might get a spot with recreational players before the regulars hit the tables. Oh, King Jack Deuce. I'm just going to fold it on the button. Yeah, I know that in some countries, if you open fold the button in heads up, you get executed. And we hit 3-bet and we hit open-ender with not much of backdoors. I'm going to go once, let's see if we hit it. Oh, we almost hit it, but it's a good card. He often checks here. But now he doesn't, so he probably has the straight. Oh, he folded button too. Now we both get executed. We actually make the second nuts with the flush draw. So definitely value bet here against 2 pairs, some random sets, random flush draws, any kind of crappy stuff. On the outside table, aces versus King Jack 10, and he had a King Jack in his hand, so he was crossing him pre-flop, and King Jack 10 8 wins both. That's nice. Finnish player, and now we are battling heads up with insane rate. How wise is that? But at least it's fun. I can't even remember when I have played heads up last time. In a way that I actually think a lot instead of just pressing the buttons. So I don't have any standard lines for heads up. Probably if I played more heads up, there should be some lines in a vacuum, like how to play, what is the bet sizing, and so on. Because heads up is a bit more different than 6-max. Oh, what? Here we have top pair and open ender on the flop, so I'm just going to barrel the third. and create folding equity. What happens, especially at micros versus some recreational players, is that on the flop your folding equity is pretty minimal. People just don't want to fold on the flop because turn might be good for them. But when the turn comes, then you suddenly have a lot of folding equity. So often, if you just barrel a lot of turns in good spots, you can create a lot of money instead of just betting the flop at oh, the opponent calls, I give up. So especially if you have some equity, you can semi-bluff turns. You can often bluff even with air if the turn is decent. Often people that are struggling to make money at micros, who are earning PLO, break-even-ish player, one of the problems is that they often play pretty face up with their hands. Like they see at the flop, but once the opponent calls, they don't ever stop to think what is the range for my opponent, and now when the turn comes, does it hit his range or not? How much should I have folding equity? And if they don't ever do any calculations and simulations and study on what kind of boards they can attack and so on and so on, even if the turn is a scare card, okay, let me open poker choose, I give my opponent a flop calling range, and then I give him a turn calling range, and I can see how often he folds the turn. And oh, he folds 75% of the time, so I can bet here with air always. So if you don't ever learn those, then you are definitely struggling to make money. Claudius is asking how many games there are in NFL regular season, 16, and the Raiders will win this year. No doubt. Not much going on, even in the outside tables. We are just folding. I'm going to mark a few more regulars. Well, why this? He has a really high 3-bet. Alco Shasha. Folding. Short stack calling station. But is he making money? Not quite. Minus 89 BPs per 100 hand. So he is not quite profitable. Against 3 people, I don't see bet here, although it's a paired board. There are some straight draws that might call, and people have queens, 8s. They range too often when there are 3 opponents. Against 1 opponent, I would bet. Against 3, I would not. Oh, on the outside table, have to show you we hit the nuts. Haven't hit the top set yet. Oh, and no action. That sucks. Wow. Wow. We don't get any action. Yeah, no wonder tables are pretty bad. Why can't we go to the table? So I'm going to go to view waiting list. Oh, another top set. And table 3 is once again bad. Oh, we can min raise. Let's get it in. And he has open ender and he makes it. And on the second board, and he makes it. Poker is easy. We had only 74% on the flop. Oh, Raiders is not going to end 0-16. I can guarantee you of that. And he just calls. Now the question is, should we barrel the river? And he thinks for a long time. The first thing is, can we make him fold any better hands? And I don't think if he goes a turn with 2 pairs, he's not going to fold. So there's not much value in betting. Wow, what a crappy hand. Here on table 4, when I check the flop, you can definitely bluff the turn, but when I call the turn, I assume that he's going to check all of his non-ace hands. Which he does, and we win the pot. And we get a table. Let's see if it's any good. Aces on table 2. And cut shot on the flop. I'm probably going to check back here. Oh, he bets. I'm going to just fold. If he checks, I'm going to check back. We have the backdoor flush draw and we have the cut shot. And we have the overpair. But on that board, there's a lot of hands he can actually check raise us with. And we just have to fold. And here, Finnish monkey ass who has big stacks on each of the tables check raises on this board. But it's not a pot size check raise. So now the question is, should we call and kind of semi-float him? We have backdoor flush draw and a cut shot. But thing is that if he check raise with the flush draw and turn complete straight, there's not much folding yet. I'm just going to fold. There aren't that many turns that we can do any moves against him. So let's just make a note. He's on the other table too with $80 stacks. So 4 out of 19 raises C-bet. That's pretty high. And he's on the table. He's a new record. I haven't seen him before, ever, probably. But I have a lot of hands on him. So probably I have seen him before. Or then these hands are really, really old. So I don't remember him from this summer. Wow, these textbooks too really wants to gamble. The way he plays. And we almost had him earlier. Or actually we had him with 74% equity. Run it twice and lose both. I'm going to have nightmares out of that one. Wow. I'm just going to crawl here. Now we have. Now he checks. Is he tricking me or does he have something? Doesn't donk a lot. He might be tricking me. Oh, now if he checks, I bluff him. And he folds 2 pairs. And he pots. Oh my god. Like that. Just. I 3-bet. Oh, he limps and I raise. He limp calls pre-flop and then he donks for pot checks turn and now pots the river. That kind of sounds like 8s or 6s. But that was really strange. Too bad I didn't have the aces this time. I'm here, Mausilio. We actually played him with him on one of the earlier sessions because it's a familiar name. Probably sucked out. On the flop we have full house, but we block the 4s. So most likely he has 7 XXX. And if he has 7-9, so be it, but I'm going to pot here and get value from any A7 type of hands. And here, oh, we are short on stack sizes. Oh, I'm going to barrel. We have enough equity to call if he shoves. And now he shoves. Does he have 7-9? Oh, he had quad 7s. That's one possibility. Yeah, we block the full houses, but he can have the quads. And he calls, and now we can shove the river and just hope he doesn't have the ace. And he doesn't. Whee! The outside table we had queens versus kings. Lost a decent pot. Now we need something going on. we have sort of interesting hand on the outside table, and the guy actually thank folded on the river. He opens. He's kind of nearly regular. C bets only 38% of the time. And I decided to call here on the blinds, and we flop the bottom set. And as he C bets only 40% of the time, he often checks back here any ace, XXX hands, or flush draws. So here's a situation where I decide to donk. And he calls, turn is blank, I bet big, he calls, and river pairs the board. So I decide to bet $8 here, because if he has ace XXX hand, he's probably going to call us. And think we might be bluffing with the misdraw, because often when people donk, they have a misdraws. Oh, Steelers will win. Boo. Boo on you. Everyone in Pokrai Mania should root for Raiders. Demo 3 decided to 3-bet for isolation. We should have a lot of falling equity when we have these tighter players here on the blinds, but yeah, here cold calls are 3-bet, so never mind. He's not that neat actually anymore. This guy calls my flop C bet, and so far he has folded 100%, so I give him credit of having a strong hand. And here on table 3 we actually make the flush, so let's try to get value from straights and two pair type of hands. And on the river we have 7 high flush, so I'm not going to value bet it anymore. And wow, he had a set and he had 5 high flush. That's why you shouldn't actually play these 5 high flush draws, because you will be dominated a lot of times when you actually hit the flush and someone puts money on the pot. On table 1, if this NatBat checks, I'm going to just bluff this board. People shouldn't have straights often. Of course, monkey ass folds only 55%. I don't know what he's calling with. Do I really want to barrel him? Yeah. On the outside table, we have this star assumption 3-bet us. I'm going to shove here. If he stacks up with pair aces, so be it. He's going to be 2 pairs, 2 backdoor flush draws, yeah. Okay. We have a lot of folding equity here if he has aces. And if he calls, we have 35%. And he folds, so it worked perfectly. And here I'm going to start building up the pot. We have open ender and queen high flush draw. Table 3 died. and 2 pairs. I'm going to value bet thinly. On the outside table we have the nuts and redraw. Let's hope to get insane amount of action. And I'm just going to pot here. Matthias is calling pretty lightly. Wow. And now we get the money in and he has only a flush draw. Dodge one and didn't dodge the next one. Wow. Like, oh my god. On the flop he has, wow. Wow, I'm going to give him, and he's even a regular. What the heck? His stats is 35-17, and I don't know why he calls my flop. It's a 4 or 5-way pot, and I bet the flop. I'm not the pre-flop aggressor, and he decides to call the flop with just bottom cut shot. He's drawing dead on the flop, and he makes a backdoor draw on the turn and gets half of the pot. Wow. How bad is that flop call? He even opens, wow. He has ace deuce. So pre-flop stats might be deceiving. His stats is 37-16, but I'm going to mark him green because that was probably the worst call of the day on the flop. At least we know that we can value bet pretty thinly versus him. Queen jack then. I'm going to call because we have sort of softer opponents behind us. Kind of loose call, but we open pre-flop binary side calls. On the flop we c-bet, he calls. On the turn we c-bet and he spikes the 2 outer to scoop the pot. Luck box. Here we are going to enter in a really big pot. It's flipping time. And here I'm going to call because we have 2 fishes on the hand. We definitely can get a lot of value. And here we have top pair and cut shot, so we are just going to get it in and see if we hit it or not. And we probably are not going to win because there's going to be, wow, what the hell did they have? fold to hold 5, 5, 4, 8, and he stacks. Jesus Christ. Cold calls 3-bet with 5, 5, 4, 8. I just don't get it. And now he actually. Sometimes PLO is so hard. What happens here? 5, 7, 9. He has a straight on the turn and he doesn't raise. What is wrong with these people? Well, that was nasty 2 minute. So now we just wait until we hit something again. I assume that the quality of the stream has been at least decent because no one has complained. Just remember always that if there's some problems with the stream, just let me know. The outside table we have actually the trips here versus Mount Cheerio. Oh, he folds. On the other outside table we 3-bet aces and I see bet this flop. Probably Ryan is the one who can raise us because Queen Jack, that's he might easily have a hand that hits that board, but we don't have any backdoors, so I don't want to check back and then face a bet on the turn. That creates really, really hard river spots, so I'm just going to bet fold here. On the outside table we get the money in on the turn with 70% equity, but our hand doesn't hold up. Here we actually enter 3-bet pot with this downumps, and so I'm definitely with 2 pairs going to stack off once he bets. He's the guy who called with just a cut shot, so he's definitely stacking off here with aces. And on the turn we create even more equity. And he has 4-7 and a flush draw, and oh fuck. He had 18% and once again he takes half of the pot line. Jesus Christ. 18% and he just keeps taking our money. That's the second time when we had him on the ropes. Oh, I hate that guy. And what happened here? Now we have some graphical problems. I hope the quality stays good and nothing happens. At least I think that our all-in adjusted wins are pretty decent for today. We sucked out once, but we have been on the receiving end quite many times today. No idea if we are winning or not, because we have also lost a lot of pots. I'm going to c-bet here. Folds 100%. If he doesn't have king or big draw, he's probably just going to fold here. And he raises, so yeah, he definitely has us beat. Table 1, Herkko calls the flop. We have some folding equity versus queen jack, but he has 2 pairs and sets often in his range, so I give up on the turn and river flip on the board. Really easy fold. I'm not going to open because we have this sort of crazy guy here and regular on the blinds. He folds his big blinds quite often, but still. Oh, we have VK44 on the tables. How nice is that? Let's see if something happens on some of the tables. Oh, on the first hand versus VK44 we actually flopped the set. But we just win a couple of dollars. Didn't give us action. An interesting turn here on outside table. Flop goes check, check, check. And on turn we actually hit the jackpot. 13 out of straight draw and the flush draw. Probably calling gives best value. Oh, bummer. Can we raise him? Here it's not a great spot to bluff, because if he has queen jack, he just check calls. And he had jack 5, he would just check call us on the river. we're gonna min 3-bet, have to call, and we hit cut shot and flush draw. There's other faces. Let's call once, and now we're going to step him off. And here goes, and he has a set, and we win the pot. Whee! Whee! Nice hand on table 4. On the outside table, we 3-bet BK44. Let's see how that goes. Oh, we get a code 4-bet, so not that interesting. And here we just donk and hope we have at least some fun in it, but we don't. And oh, didn't win. We had our 40% probably on the flop. Yeah, 37, so it's a setup in a sort of way. Isolation 3-bet on table 3. Flop we missed totally, but he should miss it too. So we should have a lot of fun in equity for our bet. And we do. We're going to end the session in a few minutes. Unless something really interesting starts to happen. And I'm just trying to think that what should we expect when we see the results? No idea. Probably our EV is positive, but the actual winnings I'm not sure. We just lost one buy in there. And we have lost a few more. Then we have won some more. Then we lost, then we won. No idea. But probably it's a good thing that you don't know if you are winning or not. Then you haven't focused on calculating your profits. For the next week coachings, I'm sorry that for this week the information came up late. I remember that I had informed for Crymania that the coaching is on Friday, but apparently I didn't. It was my mistake, so there was Wednesday on the calendar. And table 1 we call, we flop, decent enough to check raise. But he checks. Oh, fuck. He probably has overpair. Doesn't just want to fold. You can have the pot. I don't want it. 8. Jesus Christ, this guy. So he insta-calls the turn with overpair and cut shot. Pocket 8 and cut shot. Come on. Can't beat the calling stations. And we get Another min raise. This Herkka 11, he uses a lot of these almost min raising. Like I need 150 to call in the pot of 7. I get insane odds for drawing my open ender. No wonder he's losing that much money, because he just gives people odds to suck out. Terrible board. Oh, he's never going to miss that board totally. And on the third we cannot represent anything. Wow. Here might be pretty thin shove for us, but do you see? He limps, so I open in shorty, and we flop bottom cut shot and overpair. So I see bet, should have a lot of fun in equity, and he raises. So I think that, yeah, I have to pay like $5 more in the pot of 13. So if he has any 2 pairs flush draws in his range, I probably have the odds to stack off here, and he folds. So he raises and leaves 159 behind, and he folds. So he was kind of bluffing. Here against Ranma, we have 2 pairs, so if he has pair aces, we need to stack off. But he might have ace 10. Who knows? When he thinks he doesn't, or then he's just tricking. On the outside table we flop the wrap and flush draw, so we're going to check raise. Now when he checks behind, he probably has some kind of flush draw type of hand, so let's start to barrel. And now this guy raises us. Let's check raise him on the river. All the flush draws miss and the queen 10 straight draw miss. And we have the nuts, and kaboom. And he calls, and he has the smallest straight, so woo! Justice, we double up from that donkey. Oh, that felt good. Felt so good that we actually folded aces on the other table. Missed that, but we would have missed the flop anyway, so we saved money. Now that was justice. Third time is the charm. Isn't that nice turn? Oh, we have the nuts. We still have the nuts. Does he raise us? No. Bummer. going to mark some players on the outside. There wasn't then going to close a few of those. Let's see if we can bust this Stahlnamsen, whatever he is. Table 1, semi-bluff the flop. Wow, they both call, and now someone dodged for both. Okay. Semi-bluff didn't quite work. And we flop the second nut flush. And I'm just raising. If he has a flush, I want to stack him off. And here he calls the flop, so he probably doesn't have a straight. So I'm going to bet here. If he raises, he has the full house, and I can happily fold. But I might extract some value from queen 10, king 10, flush draw types of hands. And it actually worked. What did he have? King 10. So pretty nice that he actually had the part of his range that we want to get value from. And on table 3, even if there's a flush on the board, I value bet my trips. Just no action on flop or turn. Why can't we break him? Oh, top set on table 1. Now raise me. No. No, no action. Oh, he reloaded, so now we can't break him. He had money in his bankroll. And here we have the blockers, but we are up against 2 greenies, so don't blocker bet fishies. This is kind of spot. He never has a jack then, that is for sure. But if I raise, I cannot represent almost anything. So if he's good enough to understand about ranges, he knows I don't have the jack then either. So I'm just going to fold here. If I had a bit stronger hand, then I would call for pure value. But nothing we can do when we actually have just a pair of tens and the flush draw. Middle pair, not flush draw, not cut shot, not everything. Now I'm just going to bet. He has a lot of weaker draws that can actually value, and we should have a nice folding equity. And he draws, and we make 2 pairs. If he bets here, then I'm just going to fold. And here we use the blocker bet. Every of our opponent is kind of player who can understand about those. We can make them fold a lot of hands. And he had just the flush draw and the cut shot too. Here the 10 just hit his range. I would assume that he has the flush on table 4. So the question is, can we call? We have 4 outs. Happens 1 out of 10, so to call 84 cents, we need to win $8.40, and we are never going to get that value, so we have to fold it. Table 2, we're going to bluff. He didn't bet the flop, so he probably shouldn't have a lot of going on. But now when he raises, he probably has a queen. Nothing we can do. Table 4, ace on the board, 2 openings. Just going to check, and if someone bets, I'm going to fold. You don't want to see ace on the board when you have pocket kings, and now when neither one of them bets, I'm going to bet kings for value. And they both fold, so it's nice outcome for me. Nice turn. We hit the cut shot. We have jack blockers. Let's just call. And he wants to play, so let's play. He can easily have queen 9. Who knows? He can have a set. Now when he thinks, he probably doesn't have the nuts. In position, I would call, but we are out of position, so we have to bet the river anyway. And we make the nut flush on the river. It's always nice to see that one. We have this donkey here, so I'm just going to pot here. If he has a flush, he's going to call. If he doesn't, he's not going to call. The way he has been calling before, I'm not going to use any funky bet sizing and more value. If he has a flush, he's going to snap call me with straight. He thinks I might call. If I bet, instead of $80, if I bet $14, it doesn't affect this guy's calling range in my mind. Two pair and open ender on table 3, but no action. Boo. I'm going to sit out here. Actually, I'm going to sit out on every table, and we're going to finish the session, and let's see how it ends. Would be nice to play heads up with this Taunamsen, but maybe some other day. He will be back. And I will be back. Now we actually got lost between the Finnish and English chat. He might be drunk. It's Friday after all. So, but next week coaching, I'm not sure. I assume that it's going to be on Friday at almost the same time or at 9 p.m. I try to confirm that as soon as possible. And sorry for the crowdfunding threads, they came up a bit late. Has been pretty sick fall or end of the summer. A lot of things going on, so I just lost them. This table 1 looks nice. We have 4 green players. One of them is regulars, but 3 of them are huge fishes. It would be super profitable to play here. Too bad we have to end. If you want to guess our profit or losses, now it's the time. I want to hear what is Cowries84 saying. He's our official estimator. And now we're actually, our graphics got broken. Wow. At the end of the session, And the last hands are computer, or my computer is starting to blow up, so it's good time to end. What is the official estimation about the profit, Mr. Kauris? Well, who stole my flop? Sometimes it does this with streaming, I don't know why, and it didn't do it earlier. And now when there's only one table open, now it starts to fall in pieces. Moko from Finland asked on Twitch 2 hours ago that any tips where to study the game. One place is Bankroll Mania. We have free PLO coachings, we have great forum. That's definitely one way, and we have actually a pretty nice community. No one is going to be naughty to you or fuck up with you on the forums, so you get nice answers. If you want to get something to read for free, PLO from scratch, just type that to Google and it gives you the free ebook. It has all the basics that you need to play in PLO. Oh, someone is disconnected. I'm just going to check our results. Oh, this is always the scary part. I'm going. Whoa. Whoa. Can you see the? Yeah, you can probably see the 6 graphics on my screen. Well, it's nice time to end the session because now the whole screen exploded. Wow. Let's try again. Whoa. Oh, this is so... Oh dear. All in adjusted winnings is 4 buy-ins, almost $100, and the actual profit is $8. Nothing you can do about it, but it's just for this year in PLO 25, we are already running like $150 below EV. Here's the graph for today. So yeah, went pretty smoothly, but this one, at least if we make profit. It would suck to have like minus 20 here. Let's see how long it takes to show you the graph for the whole year. All of these in PLO 25 hands are from the coachings. I haven't played a single PLO 25 hand outside the coachings, so this is all from the coachings, and the graph is... It could be nicer. But it takes time, but also we can play one more hand in here. Or we can play many more hands because we just skipped the pit line, so now we have time to wait for the poker tracker to work. Take your time, Mr. Poker Tracker. So now we can actually have a losing session. We are only $5 up anymore. Oh, the tension. Oh, what happened here? Oh, have to fold. $4 up. No, 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 no. And another 3, but why does he 3-bet only me? He doesn't 3-bet anyone else. $3 and last hand, and now we have AC. Oh dear. I kind of wish that he 3-bets and we take a huge flip that decides if we win or lose in this session. Oh, the irony. Does he fold or does he raise? I think he's kind of player that if he raises, he often has. The way he adjusts is that he starts to call with overburst when he thinks I'm bluffing. So now it just takes quite a long time for the poker tracker to calculate my hands for this year. Oh, I have all stakes, sorry. No wonder it takes so much time. Oh, now it took only 4 seconds. This is a graph for the coachings in PLO 25. So at least the graph is going in the right direction, almost $350 in EV and 125 in actual winnings. So here you can see the difference. It's $200, 8 buy-ins under EV in 13,000 hands. So I think our all-in adjusted win rate is decent for PLO 25. But at least we're making profit. But yeah, for all the shareholders, you could be winning 200 more. And today was just another session to this story of bad beats. But nothing we can do, at least. I think the coaching was pretty fine. We had some interesting spots. And we had some really interesting opponents today. We had really aggressive ones, we have Coin Station, and we have some real weird guys. So a lot of interesting stuff going on. How did we end up today actually in the end? $4.6. Yay. Rock and roll. Let's hope that next week we can catch up our all-in adjusted winnings, but for that it remains to be seen. Now have a great weekend and I'll see you on next Friday. And meanwhile, be active on PokerMania's forum, and if you are not a member, if you're watching this on YouTube, join PokerMania today, because that's where all the cool tricks are. Okay? See you later and bye bye.